Hey YouTube, it's a nice cold day in western North Carolina, and I've been meaning to make a video on what happened to our failed AT through hike attempt. I have a whole mess of stories of a whole mess of different things that occurred last summer. It's going to be a long video, but it's going to all tie together and end up with somebody dying. So if you want to listen to all that, you can listen to it. We've been going to Carabasset Valley, Maine for the last 3 summers, and last summer we went there hoping to finish Maine and start on New Hampshire, but we didn't get very many days into being in Maine, and Beth hurt her knee. Okay, Beth, how'd you get hurt?
I was picking up garbage from the race, the Carabasset Valley race, and there was a bunch of garbage along this stretch because the aid station was there. I had my pack and I put it up here, and I was going to put the garbage in here, and I did that, and on the edge I went like this, and my knee rolled, not my ankle, and there was dogs about, and I did a slow motion fall, so I didn't land on the dogs, and I hurt my knee.
And she was out of commission for a good month. We met and hosted the Crawfords at our house in Maine, which was an awesome experience. It was really cool to meet them. I started hiking a little bit with a friend of mine named Warren, who is somebody I met in South Carolina, but who has a place up in Maine. And one day we went and hiked in the Bigelow Mountains. We started hiking, and there's these 2 girls from Canada, and they don't know where they're going, and they wanted to join us, kinda. So we told them where we were going. They said, "Oh, that sounds good." And if you've ever hiked in the Bigelows, they're pretty rough. And we went up something called the Fire Warden's Trail, which is pretty damn steep. And they surprised me and stayed with us. So we hiked along with them the whole day, and so at one point we're hiking along and we're coming down to a pond, and here comes Amanda Bess. I couldn't believe it because I had no idea where she was. So we're hiking down this hill, and here's Amanda Bess coming up the hill, and I'm like, "Oh my God, it's Pee-wee!" And so the girl, one of the girls from Canada was like, "Who's Pee-wee?" And she was like really enthusiastic about who this girl was. And I said, "Oh, she's a big time YouTube celebrity." And the girl's like, "Oh," and whatever. So she kind of monopolized the conversation with Amanda, but I did talk with her a little bit, and she was super nice and asked me questions, whereas most of the time you're asking the questions, and the AT through hikers are graciously answering your questions. And anyway, that was pretty cool. She was very nice, very tall and thin. So I had been following Amanda for her entire AT through hike, and to randomly run into her was just a shock. A little while after Beth could finally hike again, we were hiking also in the Bigelows, and we met up with Martino Martin, who was a girl who I had followed for her entire AT through hike. She was super nice too. That was another just random, here's an AT through hiker that we have been following and just run into by total accident. Pretty cool. When we first went to Carabasset Valley, Maine 3 summers ago, we stopped in the visitor center to find out where to go mountain biking, and we met this woman named Joni, who I think is 85 years old, who turned out to be one of our best friends ever. She was full of information. So we were talking a lot about the Appalachian Trail with Joni. And she had never been up the Appalachian Trail. She had never set foot on the Appalachian Trail, so.
What trail are we on, Joni? What trail are we on?
We are on the Fire Warden's Trail.
Yeah.
Even an 85-year-old can do the Fire Warden's Trail for a ways.
Yeah. Awesome.
Don't hike with younger people. They go fast.
Is that your wisdom for the day?
Yeah.
Okay.
This guy named Pappy, or Pappy or something like that, was trying to set the record for being the oldest guy to through hike the Appalachian Trail at, I think, 85 or 6 or 7 years old. And he was staying at the Hostel of Maine in Carabasset Valley. And Joni found out about this and said, "You guys have to come with me. We're going to meet this guy who's been trying to hike the Appalachian Trail." We went to the hostel, and he came out and met Joni and Beth and I and another guy we have hiked with, and he was super nice. And he and Joni really hit it off. I think he was smitten for her. and they did everything, even compare biceps, and it was really cute. And he was super nice.
These two are hikers, and they know all about you. And a lady that you met 2 days ago from Indiana, and she came in with your picture to my office.
Then what is your office represent?
I run the small chamber of commerce in this three
The visitor
towns.
center down.
And
You
you should
didn't
have
say that
seen me
about
when
me.
I was
You didn't say
younger.
that
I was
about
a
me
real
either.
chick.
So, he didn't say that about us.
I know.
I know.
Notice he didn't.
But I agree
Well, look.
with you. Keep doing something,
Yeah.
because if we don't, we're going to be under the turf.
Yeah.
Well, you've been over the Big Low.
Yep, you've been over it. So
Oh yeah, it's steep,
Yeah.
but I like going up much better than going down.
Same
And
here.
isn't that funny?
Because
I complain going
Up.
up, but I have
She
no
lo-
trouble coming down.
I can play 'em both ways.
mine's just the opposite. Mine's just the opposite.
Yeah, I like going up too.
Because you know, as you age, the oxygen uptake goes down. You can't stop it, but you can. But you can slow it down by being active. Another thing is the balance. It's a big thing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
fear of falling.
Yep.
You will say, oh,
And you
sure,
have
sure.
balance.
Oh,
Yeah.
you have
Oh,
tremendous.
well,
have
I
tremendous
personally
balance.
rolled every inch of this mountain.
Yeah.
And I was scared.
We hike.
We hike with her, and she hikes in Crocs
Yep.
and slips and slides all over the place and never falls
I
down.
don't ever slip.
Yeah,
Why
well,
don't you slide?
Yes, thank you, John.
Yeah, just like people say, I never got lost. I sometimes I didn't know where I was.
Yeah.
But anybody says that they never fell or hiking IT,
Yeah.
they're lying.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Look what
Take
you
a
went
couple-
through
Oh, I
yesterday.
know. It's inevitable.
Yeah.
You are.
what'd you do?
Lauren fall.
Oh, Warren.
Fallen. Yeah.
Yep.
And he's much
He's
younger than
76.
76.
He's
Yeah.
way younger than you.
Katahdin Street.
Yes.
Campbell.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
That's where we drove up,
Yep.
and we went up to Yosemite,
Yep.
Mount Katahdin,
Yep.
and then we came back on a different trail. It was a big mistake.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah,
did you
the-
take the A-ball down?
The A-ball. Was
Yeah.
it the A-ball trail?
That's what we did.
Maple Trail, and we got it got dark, and we had to stay at 4,000 feet, in nothing except a jacket,
Standing up.
and we suffered a little bit. But Vicky, my daughter, she has a spot, so she called her husband in Connecticut, and he pinpointed exactly where we
Yeah.
are,
Yeah.
and then she notified the rangers,
Yeah.
and they were supposed to come and help her, but it was too late anyway. So next morning they sent a ranger named Dave. He was a nice guy.
Yeah.
He was responsible for the old guy to take him
Yeah.
down. So he had coffee and he had cookies and all this stuff, and he took his business serious. I
Yeah.
mean,
Oh, yeah.
he put his hand on my shoulder like this. If I don't stumble, he became famous then. This,
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I know you probably want to get some dinner or something,
Yeah.
but
Very nice to
It
meet
was
you,
nice
sir.
to
Yes.
meet you. Yes.
You know,
It was very nice to meet
you know,
you.
speed you lose, but stamina, it lasts a long time.
It does.
Because,
nice to meet you.
because I can do real good going up.
How fast was your fastest marathon? Do you
Well,
remember?
Yes, 3 hours and 2 minutes.
And where was
At
that?
what age?
I was like 57.
Okay.
Okay.
And what marathon do you remember?
Main Coast Marathon.
Maine.
The Main
Main
Coast one
Coast
over by
one,
on the
Oh.
coast.
Yes, yes.
Because I was involved in the beginnings of the Sugarloaf Marathon,
Oh, yeah?
which has grown from 200 runners to being closed at 1,600 runners.
But the largest marathon by numbers that I ran was Marine Corps Marathon, Washington,
yes.
D.C.
Yep.
Oh, and
And they you know, they like most marathons, they fire a pistol.
Yep.
They're a howitzer.
Ah,
105 millimeter. But they're at 11,800.
whoops. I think I'm on the wrong trail. Okay. Where did I go wrong? This is kind of bizarre. After that, Joni was really inspired, and she says, I want to hike part of the Appalachian Trail up to the top of Little Bigelow because my house looks out at Little Bigelow, and I look at that view every day, and I have no idea what it's like. And so we said, okay, it's hard. So we did a little bit of training with her, and she's in wicked good shape for an 85-year-old woman because she does a ton of gardening. We thought she could make it again.
Well, that's their thing. Go Pappy. Pappy Trails. # Go Pappy Go at Insta. Post, follow, and send your support.
So was he here?
Yeah, well, that was the girl, his daughter put him. Yes,
But there's no pencil.
They must have been here, right?
yeah, they
So
were
his daughter left that, or her granddaughter. So Joni, what you doing
Joni.
today?
I'm going to put, what's my
Trail
trail
legend.
name? Kobe. What do you want my trail name? Old lady.
No.
Grand Dame.
Grand Dame, yeah, Grand Dame.
So this is your first day on the Appalachian Trail. How do you like it so far?
It sucks.
Are we going up
Don't
there?
you dare take a picture of my butt.
You want to take my hand up there? Here. Yeah, oh, you got it.
Steve, get behind to help support if needed.
I'm okay.
Okay, so that was it.
I like the grass.
Yeah, but
What do you think this is? About a 45-degree slope?
and then right over to here, and kind of go on an angle, Joni. Okay, cool. Head up towards that cairn. Woohoo!
Woo!
Woohoo, Joni!
How do you like this one, Sue?
This is fine. Flip it up.
Boy, that's hot.
It is.
It is hot. So, Joni, we just made 2 miles.
Oh, God.
Woohoo!
Oh, God. Want to keep going?
Should I try it?
Gio, how you feeling?
It's up to you. How you feeling?
I feel good. I'm tired.
Yep. it
Okay.
should be.
How steep is it from here?
No worse than what we've been doing.
Signing my name in the book as Grand Dame North. I should have signed it as idiot.
Ready to tackle the last 0.75?
We got 3/4 of a mile left.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why we put my little seat.
Very
So-
steep. Difficult.
Difficult?
Yep.
Really?
Really. But you've come this far.
Good
A big sniffer going.
trail.
Joni, you're doing awesome.
She is. We're on our last bit
Yep.
to Little Bigelow.
We still got over half a mile.
That's okay. We are a family of 7, and we are hiking the Appalachian Trail with a 1-year-old and an 85-year-old
That's our 1-year-old.
mother, and we are doing it together. We're the misfits.
We're the misfits.
Walking.
And the 1-year-old's
Doesn't
walking. Look at her go.
A backpack.
We don't have to carry.
The 85-year-old is like amazing.
But we might have to backpack her.
Our mother is going like crazy.
And we're doing it
Together.
You got to pose.
What is that? What is that? It's,
United we stand, divided we fall.
yeah.
How do you like that view? Pretty good.
Awesome.
Our 1-year-old has learned to pick blueberries for himself.
The other side of, go ahead. Nobody watch. Pick for yourself, Combs.
Yes, there he goes.
Bad habits, doggy. Oh,
There he
no,
goes.
you are, aren't you?
Isn't that a riot?
Oh my God. He learned a new trick.
Well,
All right, you ready to go on?
is this good enough?
No.
Why?
We got to go to the sign.
What sign?
Little Bigelow.
A little Bigelow sign that
That looks
we're
out
going to
over
have to
your house.
construct. But
wait.
this isn't Mount Katahdin where they got stupid rules. We're almost there.
I know.
Can you see it up there?
She says,
Are you kidding me? That's where we gotta go.
That's where we got to go.
Joni, don't look at me. This can be our Little Bigelow right here. If you choose, you can choose what you want to do.
That's straight up.
No, it isn't.
It is hard, but you can do it.
Joni, it's your choice.
You can have half my...
Up there?
If you make it up that, I'll give you half my sandwich.
That isn't enough. You gotta be kidding me.
It is a little bit of a climb.
Joni, you and I can stay right here until they come back down. And this is our Little Bigelow. Because this whole thing is Bigelow. I think you circle around there and you go up
Yep,
the
you go up
easier
that-
side.
But that's more than half a mile.
No, believe it or not, it's probably about 2/10.
Yeah, it's probably about 3/10.
3/10.
That's like my house to the mailbox.
Yeah, yep,
Way up there.
yep. She's pondering. Joni, don't ponder, and you have to come back down here.
I know,
So you
but
and
I want to do it. But
we have all day then, and you just take your time. I'm not,
is there another break a ways that I can rest?
Oh yeah,
you can rest.
you can rest every tenth of a
I would have
mile.
thought this was the top.
Well, it can be the top. It can be.
It isn't.
Don't get fixed into you have to do it. Your body has to say you can do it,
My body's killing me.
then you have to come back
Now I
down.
got to go back down.
I know. So take that into consideration.
But going down is easier for me.
Right. We're at 3.0.
We're at 3.0.
So 1/10 more.
I thought it was 3 miles.
It was.
We had to walk to the parking lot.
1/10 of a mile more.
Supposedly.
He lies about other things too.
I don't lie.
I know, I grew up with him.
Oh. It looks rough though.
It's rough.
It looks rough.
She said it is rough.
It is?
No, you know what we just said. I said.
Oh,
this
that's rough. Is
Yeah.
it rougher than that?
Similar.
1/10 of a mile.
I was there.
I'll never get down.
Oh yes.
I know.
Do you think you won't now
I don't know.
with our help?
I'll
Grandma?
get down somehow. Will you get down okay?
I'll get down, but. I mean,
Joni, we can stop right here.
No, we're not stopping 1/10 of a mile from the top. I may drop dead, but damn it, let's get to the top.
Oh,
Don't say that.
I know.
What
Don't.
would you ever do?
Just
leave me.
all right.
Take
That's
my
what
dog
they
to
do.
Jackie.
That's what they do on Mount Everest. They just leave.
Yeah, they do
bodies.
just leave them on Mount Everest. So.
Joni,
Game warden friend.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, Steve's
got an in.
got it in with the game warden.
We're
So
on first name terms, yeah.
I can just hear them if I got hurt and got down. For Christ's sakes, Joni, what the hell were you doing out there? I can hear the police up
Oh.
one side of me and down the other.
Yes.
you wouldn't doubt it.
Look it.
Oh,
He's laying down in the nice shrubbery,
Eating
eating a stick.
Eating a stick.
Don't eat the stick.
Don't eat the dick. All right, so I guess it's to the top, and we'll just roll Joni down the hill.
I'm used to rolling
What are you doing,
black
Funky?
diamond trails, but not this.
I know, but this is what the black diamonds look like without snow
I
on
know.
them. Good answer, Joni. Just don't get poked with one of these poke things. Watch this. No. Yeah. Good going, Joni.
Did you think it was going to be this bad?
No.
She's cursing me, Beth.
She's cursing me? Beth, it was your idea.
I know. I guess she's cursing me.
I'm cursing me.
I did not.
Because she's saying, why did I listen to that girl?
I could have gone back to bed.
But there was some draw that you felt.
You had to see the view you see out of your window from the other side.
Looks a hell of a lot easier than this.
The sense of accomplishment that Joni Blanchard just
In sandals, no good less.
yep, and cocktail socks.
One is inside out.
Both of them are because those ridges hurt your toes.
It only looks like one's inside out.
I think
No,
it was
the other one is too if you look deep enough.
Can't look that deep. That one
Well-
definitely is.
Even my arms are tired now.
We saved the worst for last.
Oh, you didn't tell us.
I like you guys, but I'm not sure anymore.
I don't want you to not like me, Mommy.
Brad, that's the longest 10th of a mile.
I know, it's already 0.11.
Tell us how much.
And we're not there yet.
Tell us how much further.
I don't know. Do you want me to go up ahead? Steve, are you there yet? Less than half a mile.
Are you at the top?
Are you at the top?
It's a half a mile from
He's
here.
kidding. He's
He's
kidding.
kidding.
It's probably a tenth.
You keep saying that.
Well,
needs
mile,
to know.
mile and a half.
Joni needs
I
to
don't know.
I know you. All right,
So-
well, let me look at this because I have to make an executive decision.
No, I'm going to keep going, but it just, what happened to 3 miles?
It's 3.11. My GPS wanders when we're standing still. So it accumulates mileage even though we're not moving.
What?
You have to think about coming back down this.
I know.
So
Well, I could stay up here and sleep.
I'd stay with you.
You've already pushed her.
I don't want to push us.
I think it's too late for that, Beth.
Yeah. See, now you know what I go through every day.
What?
Being pushed beyond what I really want to do.
No, that's not true. It's just right here, and I will help you up here.
No, let me
Look out.
figure it.
Okay. You got it. Look out. Get out of the way, Mommy Joni's.
Whoops.
Yep.
I got this.
Yep. Okay. Hold on to me if you need to. That's not going
Okay.
to go anywhere. So now, that way. There.
You think they're coming the rest of the way or no?
I hope not.
I hope not, because a couple of those slabs are really, really tough.
I'm going to sit for a minute.
What happened?
No, my pole got caught.
Oh, she did the Beth slow motion fall.
So did you think the Appalachian Trail was this smooth when you...
No, but I didn't think it would be this tough.
She has a deeper appreciation from
Because so many people do it, and I don't understand how they can do it.
I don't either. It's amazing.
spent.
The Bigelows are very tough though.
I told her that.
This
she
is
doesn't
about as
know
tough as it
how-
gets.
Yep.
Look at that guy that did it in 129 days.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was a young Joni.
He was
a
young.
buck.
But still, 129 days of this.
I know. Exactly.
And the Crawfords did it
And the Crawfords
with a
did.
baby on their back. So it's
Joni,
possible.
it's-
He's exhausted.
Oh, your poor puppy.
We gotta go back up again.
I know. I know.
Wow.
I know.
At least we didn't have to rescue you.
No.
Well,
We were gonna stay out overnight. We were gonna share our food, and I got 2 jackets in my.
what were we going to feed the monster?
Well, he'd have to have some of our power bar or something.
Well, this fella was just telling us about his, was it your
Cousin.
cousin? Who rescued, as an EMT and had to rescue somebody who fell and broke their ankle up there.
Oh, recently.
Oh, thanks for telling me that.
Yeah, and
Recently.
Yeah, it was 3 weeks or so ago,
Oh boy.
a month ago.
and they rescued him with a helicopter.
They brought a helicopter over from Bangor,
Yep.
I think.
Oh, somebody's squeaking.
But he went over. He went in from the other side.
Whoop.
He was one
I'm
of
not tired.
No,
Okay.
They got him out. I thought they'd better get me out of there about 2 hours ago.
you see that opening over
know.
there?
Do you wanna
That's as
stay
far
here?
as
Is
you
that
have to.
where the car is?
Yeah, that's where the car is.
Let's run, Joni. Let's go, Joni.
Let's go to a taxi.
Are you a taxi?
She made it almost all the way to the top of the mountain and was just a little bit shy. So anyway, Joni was pretty motivated to do that because of Pappy, and I thought that was awesome. A little while later, we are at the dump in Sugarloaf, and they said, oh, they're rescuing somebody off the AT. And we're like, oh my God. Now there has been this girl who I think had been rescued 3 times off the AT, trying to through hike southbound. And I was like, oh my God, it's gotta be that girl again. But it wasn't. We went down to the visitor center to go get Joni's dog to walk it. And we told her, oh, they're rescuing somebody off the AT. And she says, I know, they'd had a plane crash. And we're like, holy shit, that's not good. Anyway, we didn't think much of that. Later at night, we get this call from Joni, and she says, you won't believe this, but I'm eating dinner with the pilot. And I'm like, the one who crashed? And It's a long story, but I guess he went to pilot school with a guy named John, who we hike with. John is a retired general or something like that. So what happened was the pilot had crashed his plane into the side of a mountain. It was in the fog, and I guess weather conditions weren't very good. So he put his plane into a stall, just tipped the nose like straight up, plowed into the side of the mountain, hit a whole mess of trees, and came to a stop and wasn't hurt. And neither was his girlfriend. He got out his phone, looked on Google Maps after he had crashed, and saw that he was really close to the Appalachian Trail. And in fact, he was probably only 100 yards from the Appalachian Trail. And so he hiked using his Google Maps on his phone right up to the AT. Then started hiking down the AT, and they ran into a couple through hikers, and they're like walking down the trail with their luggage. And the through hikers are like, "What are you guys doing up here?" And they said, "Oh, we just crashed our plane and we're walking down the AT." And they're like, "What?" And they actually carried, I guess, their luggage down for them, the two AT through hikers, and then got them to the EMT people, who kind of took them to a restaurant. And the restaurant wasn't open, so they called their friend John, and their friend John wasn't home. John actually was home. He ends up going out to dinner with John, and John always goes out to dinner with Joni. Joni calls us up and says, "You won't believe who I'm eating dinner with." And she says, "I'm eating dinner with the pilot." And I'm like, "What? Are you kidding me?" "Yeah, the pilot who crashed the plane, he's fine. He didn't get hurt." So the pilot says, "Do you think there's any way your friends would go up and get my logbook, because I know I'm going to need the maintenance log to report this crash to the FAA." And Bess says, "Yeah, let's go." We agreed to do it, and the pilot assured us that there was no problem doing so. So he had approximate GPS coordinates of where, not where he had crashed his plane, but where he had gotten on the AT. And we're like, okay, well, we can try to find it, but the way the woods are so thick, it's pretty unlikely we'll be able to find it. So we went up. He had described to a T where he had gotten on the AT and what the trail looked like, and you know, this little rock slab here, and coming down here, and then a cliff off to the right. I'm like, geez, I think I know where that is. So I was like, holy crap, this is going to be interesting. So we go up and figure there's no way in hell we're going to find it. You know, it could be here, it could be anywhere. I don't see any footprints, do you?
What? Should I be putting ribbon down? Should you put a mark on the AT? Put a waypoint here.
Okay, it's waypoint 4. I see it. I do. Wow, were they lucky to crash near the AT? Just make sure your feet don't go through. There's big gaping holes between things. And damn, they were lucky. Holy crap. It's a float plane. I don't know what part of the plane that is. It says experimental over there. Say this experiment failed. It looks fairly old. It's like rusty. But man, is it intact for... So we get to the plane and we get his logbook, and we got down off the mountain about the same time. A friend of his had come to the airport to pick him up and give him a ride to Burlington. He said, I'd like to get the logbook as soon as possible. Can you mail it to us? And I said, sure. But we were actually leaving Maine for the summer, and on our way we met him at the Kingdom Trails and went mountain biking. So that was our crazy summer, but that's not the end of the story. Our friend Warren, I did some hiking with him, and he was really, really slow this year. And I knew something wasn't right because he was very unsteady on his feet. So during the fall, he went to a doctor and found out he had a brain aneurysm. Warren wanted to hike so bad. That was kind of his thing. He was an incredibly strong hiker, 75 years old, and I couldn't keep up with him normally. But last summer he was kind of much slower. So anyway, we're down here. Warren doesn't want to go hiking with our normal hiking groups because he's too slow. So we went out for a couple hikes with him. And we were concerned, but he wasn't concerned. And I think he might have been on some medication, I don't know, for the aneurysm. And they were still trying to figure out what it was and what to do about it, I guess. Because they couldn't really operate because it was below the skull. So we went on a hike with him on a Saturday or Sunday, and we were going to go the next Saturday or Sunday, and we tried emailing him and didn't get him, tried calling, didn't get him, and it's pretty unlike him to not return phone calls and emails. The poor guy, I guess on Wednesday, didn't show up to go out to eat with somebody, and they found him dead in his house. So he passed away, and it's really sad, because I thought that guy was going to be hiking strong forever. So long story short, we only hiked 898 miles of the Appalachian Trail, but we saw a lot of really cool things and had quite a few interesting things happen to us, and we met a whole mess of really cool people. I'm just impressed as hell with AT thru hikers. They are such amazing people, and I feel like we made a bunch of friends, but unfortunately we did lose one. Thanks for watching.